Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to Empower Hour. Tonight we're focusing on part of our ministry. So let's kick it off with a prayer. Let's see here. Hey, Sarah, are you able to pray for us?
Yes, please join me in prayer. Good evening, our most beloved Heavenly Parent, true parent, Jesus, Spirit World, Heavenly Parent. Thank you so much for this Empower Hour that we're all able to join. I'm really grateful for this opportunity that we have to connect just every week on Empower Hour, doing the different programs that we have. And I'm excited for this week, connecting to our different ministries across our nation, Heavenly Parent. I really pray that you can be present in each of our calls and that we can really be focused on how we can be supporting True Mother at this time in our different ministries, especially with her coming to America on December 28th, which is super exciting. I still can't get over how exciting it is, but I really pray that we can really think what we can do to support Mother, whether we're going to the rally or we're staying in our communities, how we can all be connected and be connected in our offering that we want to make to our true parents. And I want to say thank you so much for this time that we have. I'd like to offer this meeting to you in all of our names. Amen. Ashu.
Aju, thank you, Sarah. So I'm going to hand it over to Jennifer today, who's going to kick us off with some Hundake, always starting in the word. Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. As you know, today's theme is outreach, and in that theme, Janelle went out to outreach, so I'm covering for him today. So we want to start off with some Hundake. Sharing my screen right now. Sorry, a second. This is from True Mother's recent speech for the Chinese People's Federation for World Peace at the Chinese World Assembly on November 22nd. She gave a message, so I'm going to read it. People today must know that our Creator God, the center of the universe, above all, wished to become our parent, humankind's parent. We will see a unified world centered on heaven when all the world's 7.7 billion people know Heavenly Parent. When that happens, all nations, large or small, will become child nations in relation to Heavenly Parent and sibling nations to one another, so there will be no more war or discord. We must make an effort to be centered on the fundamentals. I hope you understand the essence and go forward powerfully to realize the dream of one human family under God, together with true parents. True Mother, also on our tour, went to South Africa. If you go to Family Fed, there's a letter from Dr. Yoon about that, and I wanted to share a few highlights from it and as part of this Hundake session. The letter is a little long, so I didn't want to read the whole thing, but I hope you guys look at it. This is True Mother in South Africa, and it was really cute. Dr. Yoon shared that this car was actually covered at first because it was raining so hard during the event that at one point they were thinking like, oh, what should we do? It's raining so hard that you see all these people in the front. They were actually kind of all on the third and fourth tiers so they wouldn't get wet. It was raining that hard. But before, the person sitting next to True Mother is Prophet Radebe, and he's been doing a lot of work this is a lot of his ministry and his connections that brought all these people together. And before he was supposed to give the opening or the welcome address for True Mother, he went up to personally to the third and fourth tiers and asked people to come down because he wanted to show a full house to True Mother. And I was really moved by this sharing because I thought, wow, what a really filial moment. He's supposed to be on stage. Dr. Yoon said he had no idea where he was. He was supposed to be there, but he personally went ahead and went up there to really call people to show for True Mother. And actually, when True Mother drove in, at first the car was covered, so closed, and they heard this loud cheering like Mother Moon, Mother Moon. And they were hearing it, and the rain was kind of lessening. So Dr. Yoon asked True Mother, should we open the cover? And she said, okay, let's open it. And when they opened it, Dr. Yoon's letter said that the cheers were deafening for True Mother. Like, it was so loud. Apparently there were 100,000 people there. Even more than that were watching via broadcast, and it was televised on the South African network. So a lot of people were watching this. So they were very nervous, but it was very powerful. This is True Mother's speech. These are a few more photos that I found. They did a really amazing blessing. Actually, they brought all these, I didn't write down who they were, but they were like former heads of state, current heads of state, people from the African Union. I think Dr. Kim said because of that, it was really a continental level and not just a national level. And all these, Dr. Yoon's letter said because it was a continental level, actually the South African president didn't need to participate in the blessing for it to be a success, but he still participated, and he still really wanted to receive the blessing from True Mother. And so all these amazing dignitaries received the blessing. She gave an amazing, powerful prayer and speech for them. The youth did a purity pledge. I thought that was pretty impressive. As you can see in the back, people are hiding from the rain. Kind of get the idea of how hard it was raining. Apparently, it was raining so hard, and usually when it rains that hard in South Africa, it doesn't stop for a long time. It's just like very, very long. But when Mother showed up, apparently the rain just disappeared. It made me think of the Washington Monument rally with True Father, how everyone's saying, "You are my sunshine," and then Father came on the scene, and then all the rain disappeared. I felt like that kind of spiritual power is really our true parents. It's a testament to our true parents. This is Prophet Radebe. He apparently gave this a powerful testimony about true parents. Everyone was really, like, all the people next to her, all these dignitaries, no one had any complaints to say. According to Dr. Yoon's letter, previous South African presidents opposed true parents. But because of what Prophet Radebe is doing and what and the way he's really testifying to True Mother, everyone was really moved and wanted to, calling her True Mother and being there and supportive. This is a really new era that was proclaimed in South Africa. She said that because of Prophet Radebe, Heavenly Africa has become substantialized. And I thought that was so powerful. I'm like, okay, so December 28th, Heavenly America substantialized, right? It's very cute, filial son and mother. Congratulations on their blessing. I don't know if we have time to show this, but there was, not this one. After, this is the HJ Global News, and this is, I think, in Cambodia or Taiwan. The young people actually gave a really powerful, like, proclamation to True Mother, and I kind of wanted to show it because she was really moved, and I was really moved hearing them. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll just explain it, but I want to see if I can.
9 and 13, who witnessed the owner of the restaurant, the 16-year-old man.
Jennifer, I think when you share your screen, you have to click a little button that says share the sound too. The sound
okay.
can't come through. So if you stop sharing and then share it again, there's a checkbox at the bottom and we can hear the sound.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
I've learned the hard way.
It's okay. That part it was just explaining. So just for a bit of background, this kid is 13 and he went out to do mobilizing, and this is his experience, and he's proclaiming to Mother about his determination.
想要把71的人拥抱在怀里，虽然我无法理解，但是当我路过人多的地方的时候，就会想要看看有没有机会邀请人来参加祝福。安母亲，我爱您。
사랑은 당신에게 할 수 있다면
The songs and passionate messages of the Hyojeonrang touched everyone.
어머니! 저희들은 어머니께서 왕하시는 형정랑이 돼요!
하늘 부모님과 장부모님을 위로해 드리는 자녀자가 되겠습니다!
세명을 다 바쳐 반드시 이루어 드릴 것을 굳게 맹세하겠습니다.
그것이 이루어질 때까지 건강하십시오. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
자요, 준비.
가자.
The members, the creators of this day's victory, thus in
Yes, so I just wanted to share that, the kind of power that youth have, and to be confident in your offerings, and your mother loves all of you, and all your determinations matter to her. So that's what I wanted to share for 100K today. Thank you.
Wow, Jennifer, thank you so much. You know, I was just telling Sunhwa right before this call, I was having a rough afternoon and feeling actually quite negative and, you know, struggling with some things. And your sharing totally just shifted my whole spirit world. So that was fantastic. That was so moving to see Mother's reaction to that young testimony. That one got me all teary-eyed. So wow, thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, okay. So I feel like I don't need to say anything. That was enough. But today, you know, we're gonna break out into ministries, and we're gonna talk about, you know, heart for reaching out. And I just wanted to share really briefly this weekend about our experience with YCLC. We had our first ever prayer breakfast and prayer dinner for YCLC. And next Monday, we'll have a more in-depth sharing from our team. But I just wanted to share briefly that, you know, this experience, I was feeling a little bit self-conscious about the small offering we were making with our prayer programs. Our goal was 50 people at each one. And, you know, this weekend, ACLC has a prayer program for 1,000 people. And it kind of got me feeling like, is what we're doing actually mattering? I don't know. It's a little embarrassing in some sense, but I had this moment where I realized that this is the first ever prayer program completely mobilized for and planned by young people. None of our elders were involved in it, despite us asking for help and feeling like we didn't know what we were doing and asking them to come save us. They were just really busy, and so we had to do it on our own. And I wanted to, yeah, the local mobilization teams, they made it happen. We had 75 people show up at each prayer program. And the thing that really moved me was, you know, not only the fact that guests came, you know, we had, I think, a total of like 35 or so guests between the two prayer programs. But what I took away from the experience was actually how hopeful it was for our young people. Many young people, you know, had a few reluctantly show up to the prayer breakfast and had such a deep experience that they changed their schedule to come to the prayer dinner. And I had so many young people message me right after saying, Kayla, what can I do to help YCLC? How can I get involved? And it's so humbling to see and witness that activation happening in each of us. And it's almost like being willing to believe again and have hope again. I think many of us have been through a lot. Our movement has been through a lot. It's not easy to grow up in the church because you have the ideal and we feel so far from the ideal, but it's so moving to see people trying to have hope again. And we were working side by side with these two young clergy all weekend. And this was basically our first time doing anything together. It's the first time I met in person one of these brothers, and I was so nervous. And the whole weekend was about me shedding my fears and all of that. And just one brief testimony is that, you know, Saturday morning, we got them up bright and early, and we brought both of them with us to pray at Prudential Center with our members. And it was a 7 a.m. prayer. We got to see the sunrise. It's freezing cold, and these guys are from the South. Like, they are not prepared for this weather. And we were struggling, and like my heart is like, crap, Kaylee, why did you invite them to this? And you know, Dr. Kim's giving a message talking about the second coming of the Messiah. And I'm like, wait a second, we haven't even like talked about anything yet. We're not ready to go there, Dr. Kim. And we do a unison prayer, and I'm like, okay guys, unison prayer, it just means, you know, you pray out loud and all at the same time. And then we do a manse, and I'm like, okay, you know, manse just means, yeah, we can do it kind of energy in Korean. And I'm just feeling so self-conscious throughout that whole experience. But actually, I watched one of the brothers, he posted our unison prayer on his social media, and he talked about how, like, it was so beautiful to witness everybody praying in their native languages. And so I realized, like, shoot, I've got some wrong concepts about the beauty of our culture and what we have to offer. So there's so many more experiences from that day where I just realized I need to let those things go. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Actually, who we are and the way that we interact with each other is so beautiful that's all we need to do. We just need to be ourselves, and people are moved by it. So you'll hear more next week, some pretty incredible stories and transformations and relationship building. So make sure you come next week. But in the meantime, we are going to use the rest of this evening to break out by ministry and talk about this area of reaching out and interacting with others and witnessing based on the area that you're involved in. So have a great breakout, and you can pray together to close at the end. Before we break out, I just want to remind everybody that the Young Tribe workshops, the 3-day and the 7-day, the deadline is December 15th, which is really not very far away. So make sure you get in. It's going to be fantastic. It's different from anything else we've ever done. I'm super excited about it. So you don't want to miss it. Have a great breakout, everybody. Thank you.